Hi guys, quarter after 11 right now. I know I wasn't here yesterday. Lots of stuff that was going on. I'm back. So let's talk a little bit about the weather here. Right now it's calm. You'd never ever know that there was a storm on its way. However, there is one. Originally, this storm was looking to be very, very bad for us. It looked like we could have been taking another blow again here. It looked like we were going to take a big blow with some more snow towards April. And it could have been as bad or even worse than that October snowstorm. However, what's going on here is now the tracks are more to the west, which means we are now on the eastern side of the storm, which is the rainy and the more warmer side of the storm. The areas towards New York and Pennsylvania and West Virginia now look to be in that area, and actually parts of Ohio, believe it or not, are in the cool part or the western edge of that storm, which means they're going to get some pretty interesting snows. However, they will not see the most intense amounts of precipitation. However, it will be pretty interesting. This will be a tree-breaking snow event for them out there. So, talking about here in New England, it's going to be windy, rainy. We're going to be talking about the potential for some coastal flooding here. Maybe even some coastal erosion into some regions. It's going to be a nasty rain event, and it will be all rain for all of New England. Okay, maybe the highest peaks. All right, like Mount Mansfield up in Vermont and Mount Washington up in New Hampshire. They may see snow, but most of New England, actually practically all of New England, all of Mass, all of Connecticut, all of Rhode Island, the majority of Vermont, the majority of New Hampshire, and the majority of Maine will see rain. Okay, this is generally an all-rain event for these guys, or actually for us. So you'll see what I'm talking about here. Here's that low that forms down in the Gulf of Mexico. It's gonna come up. It's gonna come its way north, and then here comes our good old rain. Okay. These are heavy winds as well, all right? And the winds look to be the most intense in our region. I would say if you live between New York City and Mass and even up into southern Maine, going to be talking about some really interesting winds out here. So it will also be interesting winds towards the Pennsylvania region, West Virginia, New York, actually the area I was in the other day. These regions will see intense wind and intense snow here. We're going to be talking about really interesting stuff here. So this is going to be a very windy storm. Look at the pressure here, 978. This is absolutely a very big storm here. This thing comes its way out. It's still a very, very strong storm while it's doing this. And then it starts weakening as it works its way towards the north into Canada, where they could still get a very nice snowstorm up in there. Alright, you can see there's our low that's forming. You can see here's, we may get a little bit of rain with the upcoming front. However, the majority of the event will happen with the storm. Even still, look at the intense winds that are in our region. We have the most precipitation. You can see between New York City and our area, we have very intense precipitation. Some of the heaviest rains are coming down at this point. Again, the winds are also going to be intense as well. Now, here it comes out, and you can see even more rain. All right, even more rain, and then you can see it'll be on the western side of the storm where they do get the snow in here. But you can see this is the line that separates the snow. You can see the line is even clearing all of Maine, all of New England. It's clearing. It's only out into the Pennsylvania, New York, West Virginia region that we'll have to worry about any wintry type of precipitation. Here it is again now. You can see now the most intense precipitation is coming in through portions of New Hampshire, Maine, regions like that. And in the meantime, it's still snowing back out towards New York and Pennsylvania. Like I said, this will be a very intense thing for them. And then out it goes. All right, now I do want to show you what's going on with the storm after this. And you can see it's this little feature that forms. It won't be anything major. However, we may have a nice chance to see a little snow, because look at where the 0 degree line is. The boundary between rain and snow here is very close. Okay, and I'll show you with the European what they're kind of pointing at here. You can see this little low pressure system is really going to work its way towards the east, and you'll notice how close that 540 line is. The GFS is going just a tad warmer than the European here. But we'll see what happens with that through time. You know, we'll get a better understanding a little later on. Let's show you what's happening here with the European. Let me just show you here. I don't know why this thing. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let me show you the snowfall here. And you can see there could be a little bit of snow to portions of Maine with a little bit of a front. Because what's going to actually happen here is there is going to be a front that's going to be moving through. And it may cause a little bit of snow, or even maybe on the back side of this thing, there could be a little bit of snow through Maine, but it won't be a big amount. It will only be it will only be like around the Coden that they'll see. But we'll see what happens with that here. Now, and there could be portions of Maine that get a little more. Now, the main thing you'll see is with the upcoming storm here. And I'll explain a little bit more about this, and actually I may skip through. This is with the upcoming storm. I'm not going to really get into detail what's going on here, but you all know that's with the nor'easter that's on its way. What I'm going to focus more on is what will be happening towards the middle part of the week. I would say towards Thursday, Friday time frame. And you'll see there's a little bit of snow out here. This is going to work its way eastward. And you'll notice how it just blossoms out in Pennsylvania and New York again. They'll be getting more snow. Now look at how, and actually I'll even zoom in here. You can see how there is some snow out into the Berkshires, portions of New Hampshire, Vermont. Now, where it works its way towards after this, you can see it kind of misses the Pioneer River Valley again, but wouldn't be surprised if it does something more along the lines like this. We'll have to see how it goes. You can, I wouldn't be surprised if all of this region I'm shading in here. Hold on a minute, actually. If all of this region does get a little bit of snow. We'll have to see what happens here with that. That will be kind of interesting through time. But then, of course, the storm moves off to sea. And it would only be probably something around like maybe a 1 to 3 inches or something. It wouldn't be a major storm here. And then, of course, that's when the model period ends. But for right now, that's what's going on here. So some pretty interesting stuff. Please make sure you watch my USA video if you want to know what's going to happen out in Pennsylvania, New York, and West Virginia. The amounts that they could see, it could be pretty interesting out there. And I'll also be posting graphics a little later on my Facebook pages. So guys, have a great rest of your day. Have a great Friday, and I'll be back tomorrow with another update. Take care.